start. What's been going on? What have you been up to? Quarantine life, everything. What's new?
Oh man, over here also I think been woken up and in a great way. We have an opportunity to galvanize and take all the energy that we're feeling and put it in the right direction and apply it to, real change. And it's really, I think as artists we're empaths, so we feel all of this energy and it's been it's been what's been on my mind lately. So I've just been one day at a time trying to stay as positive as possible and create and be productive. How you been though? How are you doing?
I've been good. It's been tough, as an artist, just to be used to moving around so much and then having to
Hmm.
pause. It was
Hmm.
kind of a blessing, but at the same time, it's kind of weird to adjust. And it was hard to find that inspiration. It was hard to be creative. And I just recently have more so been, in that mode, in creative mode. But yeah, I've just been trying to stay motivated and stay
Hmm.
creative. But when
I
everything
feel you.
else happened, and we have protests and all this other stuff, and all this, just this unload of all these crazy videos, which it's nothing
Yeah.
new, but it's
Right.
just been in our faces. And that's been hard and overwhelming
Hmm.
just to see. And
Hmm.
like, that could be my dad, that could be
Hmm.
my uncle, that
Hmm.
could be whoever, and it's painful. So
Any one of your family members. It's like it's easy to see it even be yourself when you see that it doesn't matter if it's man or woman.
right, exactly.
There's no it makes no difference. And it's it's sobering. It's sobering to think about it. But as artists like you, I love the song that you created in light of what's happening.
Thank you.
And I also want to say that it requires a tremendous amount of courage to put yourself and your talent on the line um for things that you believe in that
Mm,
aren't considered entertainment. And
right.
I think we share. I'm sure, I know for a fact that we share a lot of the same favorite artists.
Hmm.
And it was those artists that drive us to be leaders. And I just want to commend you because it really does take a lot to, one, on the energy side, but then also to actually put it out there and to show people that you stand by talking about what's happening. It's not easy. And I love it. And I celebrate you, man. I appreciate
Thank
it. I really, really do. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Speaking of artists we both love, that Prince tribute, your
Yeah.
performance was amazing. Like, it
Oh
was
man, your
incredible.
guys' performance, man. Yours, man. You and I mean, you guys ripped, man. It was so dope to be a part of it. But thank you. It's kind.
Yeah, so what's next? What's next with everything going
Oof,
on?
man. The revolution will not be tight. Will be. The revolution will be. It really is. I had an idea. I was kind of at a place where I was trying to figure out what my next 10 years is going to look like.
Hmm.
Um, and when you make music that you really love and it comes from a real place, you have the awesome, you're blessed with a fan base who connects with you and connects with
Yeah.
what you believe in, and they'll stick with you through all of your oscillations and your evolution. And watching the music industry change in the past 10 years, which I've been able to successfully be a part of,
Hmm.
um it really was time for me to take a look at, like, what's my next step. I think after my last album I was like, okay, i've done I've sort of gotten off every kind of album that
Hmm.
that I wanted to. The first one was like, I just want to be a writer. I want to show people that I can write music and write great
Yeah.
songs. And that's where songs like Sure Thing and fun
Mhm.
songs like Quickie came from. And then it was about being an artist and really shifting people's perspective of me as a creative individual. And that's where Kaleidoscope Dream came from.
Love
And then
it.
it was about just being a thank you, yeah. um it was about just making music for my core audience, and that's where Wild Heart came from, and letting people know where I'm from and what sort of what I'm all about, you know, like what I believe in and why I believe in what I believe in. And then Warren Leisure was sort of me stepping into this new area of awareness of the world around me and, you know, my surroundings, and paying attention to current events. Because prior to that, I wasn't really, I didn't care as much. I guess
Mhm.
it might have been about, you know, becoming more mature or something. And now I'm in a place where I just want to use my platform, not just want to use my platform, but I, I really want to. I've been thinking about what has been the most helpful in my journey, and standing where I'm standing now, I can honestly say that it's all been such a psychological, mental stability.
Mm,
And you know, for artists now, it can be really treacherous watching, you know, being able to have a gauge of every single thing that you do, of whether or not people like it or don't like it, you know.
right.
And quite literally, you can tell, and that can weigh on any person.
Yeah, of course.
um yeah, so it's like we're being critiqued at every juncture. And I think in terms of humanity, for us to get to our next level, which is why I think we're here in this moment, we're going to have to realize that we have to maintain spiritual, mental, and
Mm,
physical optimization. You know, you have to really be locked in, and self-care couldn't be more important. So yeah, mental health has been something that I've realized has really shifted my life and shifted my perspective and my happiness and my focus,
yeah.
and helped me reprioritize, and given me a lot of happiness, and solid happiness, not one that kind of oscillates with people's approval, or
Mm,
you know, success or chart success or blah blah blah, things like that. So I'm focused on that, and I'm doing that through a company called Schedule One, which is going to be a major. I mean, I really believe um, it's going to be a major force in the next 10 years, and I'm doing everything I can to make sure that it is. So yeah, Schedule One, man. Schedule One Communications, and it's a that's one 501(c)(3) company, which means that every single thing that we offer always comes back and is about impact, into making
mm,
sure that people can get mental health services, especially for people like us who look like us,
yeah.
because we have years, and I mean, not even years, we're talking about centuries worth of, you know, um, of systemic and generational oppression that's sort of built into our DNA. And you couple that with things like, you know, the rate of um, divorce amongst ethnic people, you know, we're just sort of at a disadvantage. And I just want to make sure that every single person, you know, that looks like us has the opportunity to be as stable and achieve, so that they can achieve whatever it is they're passionate about in this life. Purpose over survival, you know.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm
That's
long-winded, excuse me.
no, no. All of those are really amazing things. Plus, I'm excited to hear what you're up to because, like I said, I'm just a huge fan, and
Love.
that's really amazing. I mean, especially as artists, back to what you were saying, I was just having a conversation with somebody, and I was talking about, our music and how we start off, making this thing that's like our baby, and then
Mm-hmm.
eventually it doesn't belong to us anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Then it belongs to
Mm-hmm.
the people, and at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
you have to save some of those pieces for yourself.
Yeah.
you know, and that's kind
Yeah,
of what I've been
absolutely.
just paying attention, and like you said, that self-care is
Mm-hmm.
so important. But really, really dope.
Yeah,
So
yeah, absolutely.
why don't we sing a song?
Let's do it. Let's do it. I've been looking forward to it. I'm like, let's
Yeah,
go.
can I
Sing
start
a
it off?
lot.
Um,
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hello, stranger. It's been a minute
then-
since we last kicked it. And by the way, I just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option due to unusual rain and thunder, baby, I wonder, lady, I wonder what just put your sweats on for me.
Yeah. I got
I
the
got the plug, I make the, yeah, yeah, uh,
talking late night for you.
uh,
Take time on ya.
what?
Take no, don't you? Oh no,
No, no,
just
just
will,
will,
will
will,
come through and chill.
chill, chill. Just say you will.
Come through and chill.
Yeah,
Oh.
I wanna fuck all night. Yeah, yeah. I wanna all night. Yeah.
Hello, stranger. They's been waiting
Uh,
just for that as still amazing.
may I sing?
Baby, sing, baby. You love
You
it.
love it. You know I'm crazy.
So go ahead and pour the drink up.
I'm so
I'm
glad we got the link up.
uh, now all for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
'cause I got the plug. I'll make the coffee clean. Yeah.
Uh,
Talking late night for you. Let me lay great
a
time
great time on you.
and think, no, don't you? No, no,
No, no,
just say
say
you will,
you will.
will, will. Come
Come
through
through
and
and chill.
chill, chill, chill. Just say you will.
Woo.
Come chill, chill, chill. Oh, say,
It's that
hey.
I wanna fuck all night. Yes, I wanna say I wanna all night. Say it.
And we gotta do a song together. We gotta do
Man,
something
we have way
soon.
too many ideas. I think the last time we spoke, we're talking about is just about getting in. I mean, I don't want to do over the air with you though. I think it's easy to send ideas, but
Yeah, it is easy, but there's nothing like that just organic, especially as creative as you are, and I feel like we would just have so
you
much fun
are.
in the studio, just
Oh my goodness.
just
I'm
being
I'm playing I'm playing jokes in the studio. I'm pranking in the studio. We have fun. We are having
okay,
fun.
and we're gonna
Yeah.
be good too.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, gotta be that. Great food. Laugh. Keep it light. I'm coming in flip flops. I'm talking about.
Shit, shit. We gonna come through.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I
Well,
will. I will happily. I can't wait for it.
thank you so much for being on my live and celebrating,
Yeah.
Black Sounds Beautiful and Black Music Month. It's important to do,
Yes. It is. It
even
is.
to inspire people like us to know they can do it too. So I appreciate you because I wouldn't even be the artist I am without listening to your music and your writing. I know I wouldn't. I have many influences and you are one of them. So I appreciate your art. Thank you for everything you do.
That's very, very kind. Thank you so much. So
Yeah,
much.
of
I
course.
appreciate you. We celebrate you. Thank you for having me. I'm gonna stay tuned. I know it's a few people stopping by, so
Cool.
we love you. We love you.
Oh, thank you. All right. I'll see
Yeah.
you soon.
All right. I look forward to it. Bye.